Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. Empress Dowager Cixi, one of the most powerful women in the late Qing dynasty, lived a life full of controversy. From her extravagant lifestyle during her reign to the legend surrounding her tomb after her death. Her name is often associated with political corruption and personal luxury. There is a popular belief that Cixi's grave is devoid of vegetation, seen as a punishment for her actions in life. But how true is this claim? Here, we will delve into Cixi's life, her tomb, and the story surrounding her to uncover the ultimate truth. Born in 1835 as Yihanala Xingzhen, Cixi was also known as the Empress Dowager and Old Buddha. Starting as a consort of Emperor Qianlong, she gradually seized power and became one of the most influential figures in Chinese history. Under her rule, the Qing dynasty faced numerous upheavals and changes. Cixi was renowned for her curtained governance, where she exercised real power and made significant political decisions. However, her reign was marred by corruption and compromises with Western powers. To maintain her authority, Cixi sacrificed national interests, leading to pivotal historical events such as the First Sino-Japanese War and the Boxer Rebellion. Her leadership increasingly appeared corrupt, with the nation's situation deteriorating. Reportedly, Cixi lived in luxury, requiring 108 dishes for each meal and adorning herself with splendid jewelry. Her obsession with opulence extended even after her death, as she insisted on being buried with vast treasures. It is said that before her burial, her body was laid on layers of golden silk and pearls, adorned with a crown featuring a pearl worth 10 million taels of silver, along with a plethora of gem-encrusted offerings. Additionally, Cixi began preparations for her tomb during her lifetime, ordering the construction of the Eastern Qing tombs, which took 6 years and cost 2.27 million taels of silver. Throughout the construction, she imposed stringent requirements on the design and details, particularly her insistence that no grass should grow, reflecting her deep obsession with life and death. During her reign, she frequently inspected the tomb and even expressed anger upon seeing that her design and materials were inferior to those of Empress Dowager Qian. In 1895, citing deterioration, Cixi ordered further renovations, ultimately making it even more lavish. Notably, the legend of Cixi's tomb being barren began circulating after her death in 1908, when she was interred at Ding Dongling. People believed her grave was devoid of vegetation as punishment for her misdeeds in life. This belief not only symbolizes retribution for her actions but also conveys the public's dissatisfaction and anger towards her. It is said that during her lifetime, Cixi heard the saying, "One should not fall into banditry," which led her to command that her grave be designed as barren, to avoid becoming a symbol of thievery after death. This command reflects her fixation on life and death, as well as her desire for power and control. Despite the saying that Cixi's tomb is devoid of vegetation, this assertion is not entirely accurate. Subsequent research and archaeological findings indicate that Cixi's Ding Dongling was not completely desolate throughout history. After Sun Dianying blasted open Cixi's tomb in 1928, although it caused a certain degree of damage, the environment of the tomb was not barren. In the following decades, Ding Dongling underwent multiple repairs and preservation efforts. In 2010, the State Administration of Cultural Heritage of China invested 700 million yuan in a large-scale restoration project aimed at restoring its historical appearance as much as possible. This series of restoration efforts demonstrates that Cixi's tomb is not as desolate as the legend suggests. Additionally, according to some historical records, in 1928, Sun Dianying and his men excavated Cixi's tomb. During this process, they not only stole valuable artifacts but also used explosives to blast open the tomb's entrance. Sun Dianying recalled that initially, he did not know the exact location of the tomb. The thick weeds made it difficult for him to find the entrance. This incident not only caused severe damage to Cixi's Ding Dongling but also led to the plundering of the tombs of other Qing emperors. Some historians have noted that in June 1928, Chiang Kai-shek ordered Sun Dianying to station his troops in Jixian County and Mishenkyo. Jixian and Mishenkyo are not far from Zhuanhua and Qing Dongling. Motivated by greed, Sun Dianying ordered his troops to blast open the gates of Qing Dongling, from which they looted countless treasures. Sun Dianying explicitly stated that he initially did not know which way the gates of Qing Dongling opened. Due to the lush vegetation and the presence of tomb guardians at the time, he was hesitant to act rashly. After much consideration, under the guise of avenging all Han people, he first summoned more than 50 trucks from other locations to transport supplies and then devised a plan to drive away the tomb guardians. He then used earthworks to carry out indiscriminate excavation with explosives, which completely blasted open the gates of Qing Dongling. Sun Dianying recalled that when they entered Cixi's Ding Dongling and Qianlong's Yuling, they realized they had not accurately located the main entrance and ended up collapsing half of the burial chamber. This included all the wooden structures of the main halls of Cixi's Ding Dongling, the wall patterns inside the halls, and the gold-plated materials, all of which were blown to the ground, leaving the site in disarray. Therefore, through Sun Dianying's account, we learn that at least before he blasted open Cixi's tomb, Qing Dongling was not as barren as claimed. On the contrary, the overgrown trees and weeds prevented him from accurately locating the main entrance, prompting him to use explosives. After Sun Dianying plundered Cixi's and Qianlong's tombs, in the 1930s, numerous bandits roaming in Hebei and Beijing engaged in further excavations, completely destroying the original appearance of Cixi's Ding Dongling. These bandits, being few in number, stealthily entered Ding Dongling under the cover of night, searching for treasures left behind by Sun Dianying or other valuable artifacts, and then escaped without causing larger-scale destruction to Cixi's Ding Dongling. In the 1930s, Puyi used his remaining influence to carry out repairs on Qing Dongling. Later, Qing Dongling was designated as a National Cultural Heritage Protection Site in China and received proper protection. As time passed, Cixi's tomb gained more and more attention and protection. In 1984, the Ministry of Culture of China and the Qing Dongling Cultural Preservation Unit jointly established an expert group to clean the interior of Cixi's mausoleum. The large-scale restoration project in 2010 highlighted China's commitment to the preservation of Qing Dongling. This series of restoration efforts not only restored the historical appearance of Cixi's tomb but also provided important evidence for the study of Qing dynasty history. Some historians state that Empress Dowager Cixi is undoubtedly one of the most controversial figures in Chinese history. Her rule was marked by luxury and corruption, and her actions during her lifetime earned her a poor reputation among the public, ultimately giving rise to the legend of Cixi's tomb being devoid of vegetation. However, deeper research reveals that this claim is not true. Cixi's Ding Dongling has undergone multiple restorations. Despite experiencing plundering and destruction throughout history, it is not as desolate as the legend suggests. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone and see you in the next time.